I recently made a video where the title was that masking autism will turn into narcissism. That is a harsh claim, and I instead want to say that masking autism can turn into narcissistic traits. Okay, because NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, is a cluster B personality disorder. And cluster B personality disorders, that's not a synonym for evil. Narcissism is not a synonym for a bad person, and there is nothing inherently wrong or evil about people with narcissistic personality disorder. The thing is, though, is that I have had personal experience with one person who was officially diagnosed. Back then it was called Asperger's, but now we don't use that term. It's level 1 autistic, and they have never treated themselves as an autistic person. And I have watched them develop increasingly narcissistic traits, because if you look at the similarities between a narcissistic person or narcissistic traits and a masked autistic person, there's this inner insecure person. When in a narcissistic person, it's a part of themselves that was not loved, that they were not able to receive the proper love for themselves, so they created this grandiose shell to gain love and to gain acceptance. And then the same for a masked autistic person. There's this unmasked version of you inside, and then you put on this mask to gain approval and love and things like that. I talk a lot about masking on my page and how I am a huge advocate for unmasking, and that autistic people deserve to be in public and be loved and act as an autistic person, that they shouldn't be expected to mask, especially that there's a lot of new research going on and showing that there's a huge correlation between suicidal ideation and masking. Actually, when you compare autistic girls and non-autistic girls, the suicidality rate in autistic girls is a lot higher, but then if you compare non-autistic men and autistic men, the suicidal ideation is about the same. And a theory of that is that autistic women mask a lot more than men, and in other studies, masking has been correlated to higher suicidal ideation. So this is from my own personal experience, that I believe that unmasking is not only healthy for the person doing the unmasking, the autistic person, but it also is going to be beneficial for your relationships. And it is something to keep in mind of, like, if you are a heavy masker, pay attention to if you are, showing more narcissistic traits. Again, I'm not saying that autistic people are narcissists or that narcissism is bad or that, any of that stuff, but I am saying it is something to keep in mind, look out for, and it is just another reason why autism acceptance needs to get to a better place, and people should be allowed to be themselves without needing to mask. Let me know what you think.